Hi guys, welcome back to another review. And today I have a very special palette. I finally received my replacement from Glisten Cosmetics for the Blend Bunny Beauty Below palette, this gorgeous one. So we're gonna be playing with that. I have no clue how many looks I'm gonna create, but I think it's gonna be 4 because this is a 24 pan. So yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy this video. And you're gonna see swatches, you're gonna see some close-ups, 4 looks as I said, and a little and a little like first impression review of this. So hopefully you'll enjoy everything that you're gonna see. And in case you're new here, hi, my name's Sasha. I love indie makeup, love colorful makeup, love eyeshadows especially. This is my third time trying Blend Bunny because I bought firstly the Roberts collection, the palette, the divination palette in, was that November? Then I got the Lens collection because that one was just incredible. And when they sneak peek this, I just needed that because I love mermaids, especially sirens. And this color story and this packaging and this everything is just so gorgeous. So first, let me kind of show you what you're gonna receive. So the sleeve looks exactly like the actual palette. At the back you have kind of the like shade names and the way that the palette looks like, and a little bit of the like ingredient descriptions and stuff like that. This is an eye and face palette, and you're getting 32 grams of product or 1.10 ounces, and as I said, it's 24 eyeshadows. The packaging is beautiful. The details are raised. It's a magnetic palette, so it's kind of thicker and like heavier, but it's very well done. I actually have 2 of these palettes because the first one that I received from Glisten, or that I bought on Glisten, came broken. I did repress it, and I think it's gonna work as repressed. Like, it doesn't look like it's about to shatter. But since I do travel with my palettes a lot, I always go back and forth between here and my parents' house for the weekends. I am not comfortable keeping that palette. Also, I store all of my palettes standing up, so there's quite a high chance that it would shatter again. But since I didn't have to return that one, I would like to put it into a basket that I'm kind of slowly curating for a future giveaway. So in case you want to be part of that giveaway and you're not subscribed yet, subscribe please, so that you know when I'm gonna post all the details, because it's definitely gonna be for some kind of milestone when I'm gonna reach something. So I hope it's gonna be soon, but I can't promise you any dates yet. So definitely consider subscribing if you want to be part of that giveaway, and one of those products will be the Beauty Below. When it comes to this palette, you are kind of getting like an even mix. It's half and half mattes and shimmers. The mattes are going from like blue to teal to green to kind of aubergine, purpley, berry. And the same goes for the shimmers. You have like kind of more purpley shades, then this kind of like black with silver sparkle, blue, teal, green, then kind of like a greeny gold, and then kind of like a champagne-y, goldy, pinky orange. Very beautiful. A lot of these look very multi-dimensional. You have a couple that kind of almost look like a hollow sparkle. There's definitely a lot of different textures here. Some of them look like regular shimmers. Then you have the, let me actually break the spine. And then you have the shade pulled under, which kind of looks like a deep blue, purple green that has like almost like a hollow sparkle, or maybe it actually is hollow sparkle. The same kind of goes for the Lull and Slay. It also has like a lot of different sparkles inside, and the Irresistible. They're very multi-sparkle, maybe holochrome or hollow sparkle in there. And overall, I really like this color story, the mixture of blues, purples, greens. You have a couple neutrals. I don't know how I'm gonna use the neutrals because I'm usually not, well, I could use them with the greens, but otherwise I'm not really a neutral lover, especially with cooler toned colors. It's just not really something that I go for. Also, maybe you're gonna see it in the close-ups, but the shade Immerse, this one, and the shade Mesmerizing, has kind of weird texture on the pressing of the shade, and that's just because these two shades came separate. They were taken out of this palette by Glisten, and they were bubble wrapped in an individual single compact. And because it was in the bubble wrap, it kind of has the imprints of the wrapping. Uh, all of the other shades were placed inside because this is a magnetic palette, as I said. But these two, I guess these are the ones that shattered the most, which I'm pretty sure that these two were the ones that shattered. In the with the previous palettes with the previous palette that I bought, as well as I believe it was the Lolland Slay and her Prey. I feel like those were the ones. Oh, and Pulled Under. I feel like that one was also shattered. So yeah, now everything came in a pristine condition, and without further ado, let's just jump right into the first look. Let me show you kind of my experience with this, and let's just create something fun. I've already worn a different look today. Let me actually take the little plastic thingy. I've actually worn another look today, so I already have my lips and everything. For primer, I've used this Wet n Wild Megalast primer. I think I'm gonna start with the shade Beacon, just because I usually don't start with the lightest shade, especially since this one almost looks, it's not like a pastel, but it's pretty light, so I don't want to risk other shades not mixing over it, I mean, or like blending. I know that Blend Bunny has absolutely wonderful shimmers and they're like top notch, but just in case. So yeah, I'm touching I'm using the shade Beacon, and this one looks like a really beautiful vibrant purple, and I'm gonna put it kind of, oh yeah, that one, yeah, I love shades like that. This one we're just gonna put it right here. I think there's similar shade in the Linz palette, and I really like that they started doing magnetic palettes because I never bought from Blend Bunny because first of all I didn't like their layout. Now I'm really happy that they kind of stopped with that, or at least that in the previous palettes they haven't really been going in that direction. Only Divination has that, which, I mean, that was Robert's decision, and I love Robert, and I just wanted to have something from him. So I don't mind that. And oh, this is such a pretty. Let me maybe zoom you in actually. Oh, sorry. This might be a better idea, and maybe gonna put right. Yeah, I feel like this is better for you. I'm using my Singe EO6. Is it? Yes, EO6. By the way, and then I'm gonna use the Singe EO. Where are you? Yeah, Singe EO5, and I'm gonna dip into the shade Beware the Mermaid. All of these shades are so pretty. Oh god. Oh yeah, that is beautiful tealy shade. So we're gonna apply this. It's actually a little bit darker on the eye than I was kind of expecting it to be from the pan. I kind of wanted to see if the watery grave, this kind of dusty blue, like very grayish, kind of like gray periwinkle denim. That's my way of describing this shit. That probably makes no sense to anyone, but it makes sense to me. Maybe. This is gonna be too dark too. I love having really light shades to kind of blend everything out, and also just to have like a little bit more of a contrast. But I mean, this is a mermaid palette, and well, siren palette, so obviously it's supposed to be kind of deeper and kind of, you know, like murky and stuff. But I think it's gonna be the shade Tempt, and I think I'm gonna use kind of like a pointier pencil brush, like a bigger pencil brush, and we're just gonna put a little bit of the put a little bit of the Tempt shade in the outer part of the crease and the lid as well. I'm gonna use this pink called Siren Shriek, this one, because why the heck not. And I think I'm gonna use that in the second half because it looks like it's kind of a darker pink. It's very, well, neon is not the word, it's like very vibrant pink. I think I'm gonna add the shade Beware the Mermaid, which is that like tealy light shade, just like here. Okay, since I had to shorten my nail because it just got broken, I think I'm gonna use my nails for, or like my fingers, for applying the shimmers. I wanna try, which one I wanna try? I really wanna try the shade Pulled Under, this like purpley blue. I wanna see if it's hollow. So, oh, can you see the, like, I mean, are we for real? This is just gorgeous, so let me try that. Oh, okay. That, oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is so pretty. This looks like a night sky. If this is how it looks like when you're pulled under, I want that to happen to me. This is beautiful. It has almost like a gray metal type of base, like it's very green, almost like gray black. It's like a very strange color. I did purple to like, I really want to do this, the shade Trans. It's this beautiful green, gold, yellow, but I feel like that is so basic of me, and I always do that, right? I always do that, so I should do something else. Maybe Hey Pray. You know what, I'm gonna try this so that we're not all that obvious. So it's the shade, oh no, it's Her Prey. I just can't read. Her Prey. In the first half. Oh yeah. Yep, that will work. That will absolutely work. I feel like I should do something in the center anyways. Maybe I'm gonna try the shade Immerse in the center of the lid. Yeah, that one is kind of like blue, purple, like neon iridescent. So just gonna try a little bit in the center because I just love playing with these different tones. Oh yeah. I think I'm gonna now use the shade Lull and Slay as the inner corner shade. Oh, wow. This one is really pretty. It is definitely, well, I'm trying to see if it's, yeah, I feel like there is a little bit of a darker base. It's not a black base, so that's good. But I feel like for me, it's gonna make this part of my eye kind of like really hollowed because just of the way that the pigment is like in the base that this has. Okay, so this is the final eye look. I think this eye turned better than this eye because there is some like trouble with blending over there, which is, I'm pretty sure, the just the fact that I've been wearing two looks today. But to finish up this look, first of all, I used the shade Lull and Slay. Also in the on the brow bone, like underneath the brow bone. Maybe you can see, maybe you can, but I think you can see it very nicely. So that's just to add a little bit more sparkle. And then I have the mm, Colourpop. I think these are called the cream gel liners, and this one is the shade Amethyst. Amethyst Hour, I believe. And then I also have this kind of, the Firework Mascara by Maybelline and this Kind Free Concealer by Rimmel. Then for on my lips, I just use this Spectre shade from the Oden's Eye and Angelica Halloween lip collection. This one is the Shine one. I definitely want to do like a deep lip at some point. Sorry, you can't even see my lips. This one. But I definitely want to do like a deep colored lip with some of these looks, but I just was too tired to like mess with that today. Then a highlighter and blush, that's the only other thing. So blush, scraping the last bits of the Colourpop Super Shock blush in the shade Chiffon. And then also, as part of my Shop My Stash for this month, I have this Colourpop Super Shock highlighter in the shade Hippo. So this kind of like purpley pink iridescent highlighter that I adore so much. So yeah, it's very pretty and I love this look. I just love how, yeah, how siren-y it is. It's very fun and very cool. So one last close up. We'll see. Hi guys, so here's the second look with the Beauty Below palette that I've been just so happy to have. And I kind of combined like a lot of different things for this look, not just from the Beauty Below, but also from other products and stuff. So I also have this Beauty Moon Cosmetic Ice Maiden palette. And from the Ice Maiden palette, I've used the shade Snowed In, this one, in the inner corner. Let me actually zoom you in. Yeah, so I have the shade Snowden in the inner corner because this is my Project 20 Uses palette, so I just wanted to touch it a little bit. And then I used also from this palette a little bit of the shade In Power as a kind of blushy highlighter, just to use a little bit of that shade. I have the NYX glitter primer and Wet n Wild eyeshadow. I like the Megalast primer. I have this chartreuse flash NYX Epic Wear waterline pencil. Then I have the Maybelline Firework mascara, and I will see tomorrow, but I think this is my last day of using it because I wasn't really able to pick up much on the brush. Like there's really nothing there. So I think this one is done, but I think I've used it like 53 times or something. Then I have the Rimmel Kind Free Concealer in the shade 10 Fair, also barely, also almost out of the product. I have the Revolution Fast Base Blush in the shade Peach. And I also used the Mini Charms palette by Beauty Bay. And I've used this, there's the little plastic thingy. I've used this center shade called Cosmic because this palette is on my project pan and the shade Cosmic has been rolled into my project pan, those eyeshadows. So just wanted to use it, and I have that a little bit as a highlighter and also a little bit on my brow bone. Don't know how well you can see that, but I think you can, that it's a little bit on there as well. And then as a brow shade, I have this Oden's Eye Christmas Eve depotted shade, and it's called Softly. And I've been using it a lot, and I still don't have a pan there, which kind of annoys me because I was really hoping for that. And I have the Got To Be brow gel also pretty much out. Like I had to really kind of whirl it inside to get the gel out. So yeah, not much left there. And as a lip combo, I have this Essence 8-Hour Matte Comfort Lip Liner in the shade The Perfect Shade. And I don't have much of colorful lipsticks over here because I don't know, I have most of them at home. But I found this Cosmic Beauty, the Sinister collection lipsticks, and I have the shade Nancy. This one is this like really deep brown type of shade. I thought that would it could look nicely. Let me zoom you out again. And yeah, I feel like this lipstick is a very nice color, and I feel like it works with this whole color story. Hi guys, so here's a third look with the Beauty Below by Blend Bunny. And today I kind of went with these like purple pinky berry shades. So I started with the shade Siren Shriek, kind of all throughout the crease. Then I have damped in the outer part and outer half of the crease. And then also Devour on the lower lash line, and also a little bit in the outer part. Let me actually zoom you in so that you can see the look maybe slightly better. So that. And then for shimmers, so I mainly use the Atargatis, I'm not sure, this one in the first half. Then Carnivores, this deep berry shade, in the second half. And I have, what do I have? Oh yeah, I also have a little bit of the shade Intoxicating, just like at the outer edge, just to make it even more, like a little bit deeper and, you know, And this one is a pretty basic look, but again, I had to wake up really early, and I feel like this palette is gonna be more for, because it doesn't really have light shades, I think it's gonna be more for like when I actually have time to do my makeup. I decided to help myself with the Cosmic Beauty Delicious Delights palette. This is a beautiful pastel palette, and I've used the shade Marshmallow just to blend out this shade because it was a little bit too dark, and also I was, again, like I didn't really have too much time, and it's quicker to like blend out it with a pastel than to use the darker shade and blend it out. Like you could pretty much do something similar just with the pink shade. What was it called? Siren Shriek. But I just really did not want it to spend that time because I wanted to be out the door. So yeah, I used the shade Marshmallow to help myself because it's literally, then it's literally like, I don't know, 30 seconds and you're done. And then I also used this Beauty Bay Mini Charms palette, and I've used two shades, one of them on my eyes and one of them on my cheeks. So I have the shade Aurora, this pinky one, in the inner corner, and then this shade called Cosmic, which is my Pendos eyeshadows, on my cheeks as a highlighter. Because why not? It's my Project Pan palette. The Cosmic shade is my Pendos eyeshadows, so I just decided to use both of them. And then for the rest of my face, so I have the NYX glitter primer and Wet n Wild Megalast primer. I have the Rimmel Kind Free Concealer in the shade 10. This Firework mascara from Maybelline, and this is my last time using it because it took me like 15 minutes to do one eye, so it's done. For blush, I have this Cosmic Beauty. Let me actually open it. This Cosmic Beauty, this is one of theirs blush butters. I think that's how they're called. And this is the shade Mary. It's a beautiful kind of rosy mauve color. And it's a beautiful neutral blush that I really enjoy, and it's pretty quick. Then I also have this Oden's Eye and Oden's Eye Summoner Gel liner in the shade 11. It's this white one. Then I have this NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Free Spirit as a lip liner, and this Oden's Eye and Angelica Halloween lipstick, and this one is the shine one in the shade Spectral. And then on my brows, I have this Softly shade from Oden's Eye. This is from the Christmas Eve palette. And this Got to Be Brow Gel. And that's kind of everything that I'm wearing. Hi guys, so here's the final look with the Beauty Below palette. I'm gonna show you the way that I created this look, and also close-ups of this look because I had very little time in the morning, and I had to film this in the morning because I didn't actually bring the original, well, my palette here. I only have the shadowed one that I got for the first time. So I want to store it here for when I'm actually gonna pack the giveaway that I've talked about previously. So I'm just gonna use the previous video over this, and I'm just gonna talk you through what I think about this palette. So I really love the quality of this palette. I think it's absolutely wonderful and stunning, and I am enjoying it a lot. When I was swatching this, I was kind of surprised because some of the shades didn't swatch nicely, like the texture of them and the way that they swatched weren't nice. Or at least they weren't the way that I was kind of getting used to with the two previous Blend Bunny palettes that I have. But they look really nicely. The shimmer, some of them swatch really sheerly as well. Especially like the darker ones, like they were kind of not there and they weren't really sparkly at all. But on the eyes, they look really nice. I would wish for the shimmers to be a little bit more like the shimmers from the Lin's palette. I know that there's only two, so obviously they could afford to do like more interesting quality, but some of them feel kind of basic. I do really like the pinky one, the Atargatis, and I love the Irresistible, the um turquoisey shimmer, and then the shade Immerse, that like light blue. Those are exceptional, and also the Lowland Slay, the one that I've used for highlighter a lot. I genuinely think that that is a wonderful quality, but especially the top row shimmers, they're just dark. And my kind of problem with this palette, I'm gonna have to use this with either the Roberts palette or with the Lin's palette, because for my everyday looks, I don't mind like really dark looks, but I need a little bit of pastel or light colorful shades to, because I don't like how hollow my eyes and big my nose look if I have something too dark in the first, like, I don't know, first little part of my eye. So I need something lighter there, and then the end can be dark, like it can be black, and I have no problem with that. So for me, I'm gonna have to use other palettes to kind of go around that. Today I used the Chicago Speakeasy in the inner part. It's way quicker for me to blend darker shades with pastel than to actually go and blend the shade itself and make it diffuse. Like obviously I do diffuse it quite a bit, but it's just the effect that I get with using the pastel very lightly to just like help the blending saves me like, I don't know, 10 minutes on the actual eye look. So, and since I do my makeup always in the morning before work, I don't do this after work or for the night. I just, I want to wear it all day and let you know how it worked all day, because I feel like most people do their makeup. Well, a lot of people don't do makeup, but for the couple people that do wear makeup, I think most people wear it for a prolonged period of time, whether it's the whole day or for a party for like the whole night. Sorry if there's background noise. I'm really sorry about that. So I love the theme, love everything about it, and I think in winter this is gonna get so much use and it's gonna get beaten up. But right now, I will definitely use it more like a companion palette to lighter shades and lighter palettes. I think I'm gonna use it a lot with the Lin's and Robert palette. I think I'm also gonna use it a lot with the Delicious Delights. I'm trying to think of something else that would be really nice with this. And today I actually got, well, yesterday, but I opened it today. I got the Fairy Tale Europe palette by Nomad Cosmetics. So, and that one has like lighter shimmer. So I feel like I could also use them together, because obviously I'm gonna review them together, or haul them together. I'm gonna try to use them a lot more in the next month to give you my haul. It's March, so the haul will come up at this, like in the second half of April. So I'm gonna really have to go and use them a lot together, which they have kind of similar thing. It's just that the Fairy Tale Europe has just very little amount of mattes and they're neutral, whereas this has a lot of colorful mattes, pretty much all of them. But the shimmers, I feel like in the Fairy Tale Europe, a lot of them will go a lot lighter. So I think I'm gonna be able to use these two palettes together to create look with that. Also, Nomad is a lot lighter in general. Like usually the shades look a little bit lighter on me than in the pan. And these, some of them look slightly darker than in the pan. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to use all of the shades 3 times before I'm gonna film my haul, but I definitely want to use most of the palette and most of the shades 3 times, just to give me some kind of idea, and also I just want to use it and enjoy it since it's new. What I really like about this one is magnetic, the same as the Lindt palette, so you can switch it up, and maybe in the future I might switch it up a bit, and especially maybe for some of the darker shades and darker shimmers, I might put some of them in the Lindt palette, because the 2 shimmers that are in the Lindt palette are pretty light and they they work with everything. So I feel like if I had like something darker there to just like make this shift even more interesting, because usually if you put dark base on half of the lid and then you put the multichrome all over the lid, it just creates magic. So I might do that and put some of the lighter, more pastel shades in this palette and play with it. Let me know if you would want me to try to like kind of change both of these color stories to fit in with my style of makeup. Maybe we could do like one look with lens, one look with this, once I kind of change it up. And just to tell you what you could do with these in case you have them. Love the artwork, love the packaging. It is quite heavy, and I think it's gonna be something that I'm gonna store lying down. It's just really interesting tones. A lot of these, especially the green shades, like the neutral greens. I've never seen a shade like that, like the shade Abduction and Take Heat. I don't have shades like this in my collection. Also, the Atargated, it's not the sparkliest shimmer, but there's something very interesting and almost like a magenta with like a neon reflective pink. Very interesting. Like I genuinely don't have that, and some of these dark ones as well. Like I really don't have these in my collection. So there are a lot of new and exciting shades for me that I know I would not be able to get in my palette, in my other palettes. If I would want these colors, but in a way that I prefer to use my makeup and do my makeup, I would probably use the Nomad Chamonix Après-Ski. I haven't reviewed that one yet, and I haven't used that one yet. I only have it physically at the dorm, and I hope I'm gonna be able to get into that, but I am reviewing this one. I'm gonna review the Fairy Tale Europe, and I just reviewed the Monk palette, and I don't want to work on more than 3 palettes for a monthly haul because that's just a lot. And also these are kind of all bigger. Well, the Monk isn't, but like they're bigger. And I'm also gonna probably film a review with the Smitten palette, because I have a movie reaction that I think I'm gonna do with that. And also just, you know, you know, um, I wanna, and it's new, so it makes the most sense. Or the Chromebook Volume 1, Volume 2. Let me know if you would want to see as the next review. Well, the next review is gonna be the Fairy Tale Europe. That could come out on Wednesday or Thursday if everything goes well. But let me know if you want next to see a review of the Smitten palette or the Chromebook Volume 2 by DD Signature. Based on the number of comments and votes, I'm gonna film the reviews. But I was trying to find comparisons for this one. One of the first things that came up to me was the Cosmic Beauty Gothic. I don't have that one anymore. I got that to a friend because I wasn't really using it, but that one technically would be appropriate for that. And then there's something about this palette that kind of reminds me of the Devour palette by Unearthly, because it has some of these like it doesn't really have the blues. The Devour palette definitely doesn't have the blues, but there's something similar. Also, the Bitten palette that I recently got is kind of similar to this. Let me know if you want me to swatch comparison the compare swatches of the Beauty Below and the Bitten palette, because I could definitely do like a real or like a short form content on that, or maybe even long form if you want that. But yeah, the Bitten one would be pretty close. The Bitten has red there, which this one doesn't, but otherwise like, and obviously this one has more shades, but I feel like technically you could do the vibe of it. So if you like this color story but it's too much of shades, maybe the Bitten, you're not gonna get the greens though. So those are kind of the only things that I kind of thought of, or like the only similar things. So if you want softer like me, or just something lighter with it, the Chamonix. If you want a little bit smaller version and you don't mind not having the greens, maybe the Bitten palette. I think also the Smitten is similar color story to this, as far as I remember. and the Gothic by Cosmic Beauty. So yeah, maybe I could do like a longer video, maybe like 10-minute video comparing this one to other palettes in my collection. If you're interested in that, or any other newer palettes that I have in my collection, if you want me to compare them to other shades in my collection, just let me know and I will do that. Also, if you want me to swatch if there aren't any dupes within the other two Blonde Bunny palettes that I have, because I personally don't think they are, but there are a couple like very similar shades. So if you want to see how similar they are to maybe decide if that's worth for you to get into, I might do that if you want it. So also let me know down below and I can definitely film these swatch comparisons for you. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know which look was your favorite. Let me know if you have any of the Blend Bunny palettes and if you are thinking about this one or if you've already purchased this one. And if you did purchase it, what's your favorite shade from this palette? Just write down the name and why. And have a wonderful day, and I'll be super happy to see you tomorrow with another video. So, bye!